Okay, so now we're going to look at dividing a proper fraction by a whole number, not just a unit fraction. So yesterday we had unit fractions that we were looking, where one was the numerator, and dividing those. And if you remember, we had this relationship. So even though it's half divided by 2, if you multiply these two together, that will give you your denominator, and then your numerator gets written back over the top. So we're going to move on, and it's just the same formula, but let's have a look over here. To start with, yeah, we've got our numerator and our whole number that are the same. Our divisor, we call this number, don't we? The divisor, the number we're dividing by. So we're going to divide 2/3 by 2. So if we look at this bar model first, or this image, split it into thirds already. Now we're thinking of 2/3. So this one and this one. Okay. And we're going to divide it by 2. So across the middle there. Okay. So now that's what we started with, but we've divided it. We've halved it, haven't we? Okay. And we've still got 2 parts shaded, but 2 parts out of 6. Okay. So, and if we look back at our calculation here, 2/3 divided by 2, we still have 2 parts, but now, because we divided it by 2, yeah, the actual parts in the whole are now 6. Okay, so we've got 2/6, and then what we need to start thinking about, yes, it's 2/6, but we can simplify that, can't we? Both these numbers will divide by 2. Okay, so that's also the same as 1/3. Okay, so that's with the same divisor as our numerator. I have actually gone on a step, or I'm going to go on a step, yeah, when this is different, when our divisor is more than or different to our numerator, and it doesn't affect this rule here in any way. Okay, still the same method. So we've got 3 times 2 to make 6 there. Okay, numerator got written back over the top. Then we simplified. Okay, so moving on to this one, 2/3 divided by 3. Okay, so you can see I've actually already set this one up. Yeah, so we had 2/3 here and here, these columns, but we've split them, divided them by 3. Okay, and that's left us with 9 parts altogether. Yeah, but still, and only 2 there. Okay, so there's that relation, 3 times the 3, so your denominator times the whole number will give you your denominator in your answer, and then your original numerator gets written back over the top there, so 2/9. Can we simplify that? Can we simplify it? So we can't divide by 2. That will divide by 2, obviously that would become 1, but we can't divide this by 2. Okay, so it's not possible. We can't divide that by 3, obviously, because it's less. Yeah? So 2/9, that's in its simplest form. Let's go on to this one that I've already set up. So, well, as you can see, I was thinking of quarters to start with. In fact, if I take the lines, let's take the lines out so we can visualize it. Okay, so if we split it into quarters to start with, and I'm going to think I'm going to divide 3/4. So there's my 3/4. I'm going to divide them by, let's divide it by 4. It's a very tall 4 there. Okay, so split it up. Okay, Yeah, and only if you're ever using images, pictures, they don't have to be accurate. Okay, if you're just jotting your answer down and helping you to work it out. So 3/4 divided by 4, so we know that our numerator is going to stay the same. Okay, so there's the original 3/4, but now we split it into 4. Okay, so, and this is where our times tables need to be spot on. 4 times 4 will give us 16. Okay, and then the 3 that's brought back over here, we've got 3/16. Okay, and once again, can we simplify it? No, because 2 doesn't go into 3. 3 goes into 3, obviously, but it doesn't go into 16. Okay, so that answer is in its simplest form at the moment. Okay, so when you get your answers, just look at your final fraction, yeah, and just think, have they both got the same factor? Okay, you can just half it if that's doable, but try and think of the factor that will go into it. So does 2 go into it? Does 3? Does 4? Does 5? So on and so on. Okay, obviously if it's got 2 even numbers, yeah, then 2 will go into that. That will simplify. Okay, so that is dividing proper fractions by a whole number. So have a practice, have a go at the ones today, and then come back to this video if you need it at any time. Good luck.